Winter may at first appear to be a quiet time in the garden, but in reality there's quite a few jobs to do. And so over the last couple of weeks or so I've been working across some of those jobs, such as fertilising fruit trees, cleaning up the strawberries, and also preparing the asparagus, and today just cleaning up the rhubarb here. These jobs need to be done as already the approach of spring, which is still about a month away, is noticeable, because things like the plum tree is beginning to flower already. So season is moving and the jobs need to be done. The fact that the weather is not always agreeable, and it's actually trying to rain a little now, just some light sprinkle, but we've had quite a bit of rain and that makes it more difficult to find the time to do these jobs and to get outside and get things done. I haven't filmed a lot of these things because last year I did film them, and I'll put some links to those at the end of this and also in the description so that you can have a look at those films if you'd like to. Now, last year when I was cleaning out the rhubarb, and I filmed that, and I was throwing the rhubarb leaves onto the compost heap as I do, a viewer actually posed the question whether it was safe to do that because they had been told that rhubarb leaves were poisonous and so shouldn't be added to a compost heap. Now there's a couple of things there that we can talk about. The first one is, what is the actual toxicity of these rhubarb leaves? We have generally been told by our parents, and they've been told by their parents, that rhubarb leaves are toxic, and we are at danger, I think, of becoming just repeaters because we don't actually research this and find out what the information is. Now, I, for one, am not suggesting that you should be eating these leaves. To me, there's nothing about these that looks to be attractive in terms of food. They don't look to be appetizing, and so I have no inclination to eat them, and I'm not suggesting that you should do so at all. But the general reason that we've been given as to why these leaves are toxic is that they're very high in oxalic acid. Now, when we taste the stalks, we notice that they are very acidic, and so we assume that that must be true, that the leaves are very high. But if you actually look at the comparative levels, rhubarb leaves on average test around 0.5% oxalic acid, whereas other vegetables that are eaten regularly, for example spinach, has twice as much oxalic acid, and parsley has 3 times as much oxalic acid as rhubarb leaves. So it doesn't really follow, to me anyway, that the oxalic acid level is the problem in rhubarb leaves. However, it is suggested that there have been a number of cases of poisoning from eating rhubarb leaves. On Wikipedia, in their article on it, they suggest that there is an unknown toxin, maybe glycosides, that is toxin. And maybe that's true, that there is something else about these leaves that is poisonous. It would appear that most of the cases of supposed rhubarb leaf poisoning occurred around World War I. At that time, of course, there was deficiencies in food supplies and people didn't want to waste anything, so they used the leaves as well as the stalks as food. But because it's so long ago and they really didn't have the research factors to actually establish that it was the oxalic acid that was the toxin, it's really hard to tell now. But it seems there were a number of cases that were associated with people eating the leaves. It may have, or it is suggested that it was the combination of other elements with the rhubarb leaves that actually increased the toxicity. People have claimed that their goats have been poisoned by eating them. Maybe it's about quantity, because I've certainly seen plenty of goats eating rhubarb leaves and with no ill effects at all. On that Wikipedia article, it does actually suggest that for an adult to have a toxic dose of oxalic acid from these rhubarb leaves, you would need to eat several kilos of rhubarb leaves. So to me, that whole concept of oxalic acid being the poisoning factor is pretty ridiculous. The stalks actually have a lower level of oxalic acid than the leaves. What actually, interestingly, makes them acidic to taste is malic acid. And malic acid is the sourness that's actually in fruits, and that's why we tend to actually utilize rhubarb stalks as a fruit or with fruits rather than as a vegetable. But now the other element, even if these were toxic and seriously toxic, should you be adding them to a compost heap? Well, it's an organic toxin and it breaks down into the soil very easily. Personally, I see no reason why you shouldn't add it to a compost heap. If you just think simply that these leaves are going to fall on the ground if you do nothing, and they're actually going to compost naturally back into the soil below the plants, and the soil is not going to become toxic. Because it's organic, it's going to be broken down by the microbes and go back into the soil. The things that will create toxicity in a compost heap or in the soil are generally high concentration of trace elements that are totally out of balance, that are supposed to be just traces, or other synthetic compounds such as residual pesticides and herbicides, of course, that are not going to break down quickly and designed not to break down quickly, are a problem if they're added into a compost heap or into the soil for that matter. I personally would have no hesitation in adding even other toxic plants to a compost heap, because after all, it's not me that's going to eat the compost. It's going to be broken down in that compost heap, added back to the soil, and being an organic compound, it's going to break down and not affect the plant growth at all. So treat these with caution. There may be something toxic in them. No real reason to eat them because, as I said before, they're not appetizing. The stalks, however, are. They're really delicious. But certainly don't hesitate to add them to your compost. So I need to get in now and finish cleaning this rhubarb up and get some of the weeds out, and also get some fertilizer on it so that it's ready to take off for spring and give us some much better stalks, should I say, than these. We don't want the leaves, we want good stalks.